says I'm live. Just give me a second to just use me. Turn down the TV a little bit. It's not Rocket League. We don't need it like up in my face.
Hello, you two. I'm so sorry, but if you're looking for the director, I'm afraid she still hasn't returned.
What? She still isn't back after 2 whole days?
Is that normal?
Not exactly, but it's not unheard of. The director is unpredictable sometimes. She's been known to disappear for up to 2 weeks.
Okay, well, in that case, a couple of days isn't a huge deal. Hu Tao will be Hu Tao.
Oh, hey, it's Gong Ming. Gold Star Guard of the Sword and Strongbox Secure Transport Agency, the head of the mighty mythical beasts, Washer Troop. Talkative and enthusiastic, he can often be found hanging out with his neighbors. In his spare time, between practicing his lion dancing, he heads over to the Xiangshui kiosk for some dim sum, and leisurely chatter company of good friends. If you ever hear the clanging of drums and the gongs as you're walking through the streets of Liwa Harbor, let your ears be led the way. With a bit of luck, you might be fortunate enough to witness Gaming's remarkable washu dance.
Oh, hey, Gaming!
Happy Lantern Night.
What brings you here?
I gotta make a delivery to Chaoxing Vale. It works out nicely because my dad is eager for me to get home.
A delivery from
Shit.
the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor to Chenyu Vale? Is this for the Feiyun Commerce Guild by any chance?
Wait, what? Have you been learning fortune telling or something? How could you have known that?
No. We just ran into Xingqiu a couple of days ago, so he told us the news.
Phew, you scared me there for a second. I thought we had sprung a leak. And on the job that we were specifically told to be extremely hush-hush. But it sounds like you found out from another source. So we're all good. Miss Undertaker, is everything ready to load it up? If so, I'll be quick to inventory count and then be on our way.
The goods are ready for inspection. This way, please.
Wait, Gaming! The last we heard, Baiju was still trying to figure out a way to help Xingqiu's great-grandfather. So, did it not work then?
Bazu part is news to me, but anyway, the master from Feiyu Commerce Guild said that they wanted to ship some items back home to get ahead of the situation. I guess they're hoping for the best and planning for the worst. So don't worry, there's still hope.
Gotcha. Hey, Traveler, do you think we should go see Xingqiu?
Before you run off on a wild goose chase, Master Xingqiu is already back home in Shengyin Vale. He and his brother made the trip together. Something about checking if any of the repairs are needed at the family home.
That doesn't sound promising.
Let's check in with Baizu.
Yeah, he's sure to know what's going on.
And it's not like there's HIPAA in this world. Alright, we better get moving. Next time, we're going for some dim sum.
Baiju, what are the chances? We were just about to go looking for you.
A most curious coincidence. He was searching for
I
you
was
too.
indeed. Traveler, there's a situation I need your help with.
Has his lordship taken a turn for the
No,
worst?
his condition is stable for now. This is a different situation. It's about Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi? What's wrong with her? Has she passed out too?
She still hasn't come back from her herb gathering trip. It was 2 days ago that she left, and she was supposed to return the same day.
Oh, maybe all the mountain climbing slowed her down. Or maybe she got bored of work and turned it into a vacation.
Given Chi-Chi's unique condition, we always make sure to write the agreed return time in her notebook.
There's also a rule in the notebook which says not finding herbs okay, getting home late not okay. But she's now over a day late and still no sign of
Yikes.
herbs.
Has this ever happened before?
Never, hence since our concern has something to do with her, so we posted a commission at the Adventure Guild
But I've
yesterday.
dealt with many adventurers in the past, and they don't always fill me with confidence. So I'm not comfortable leaving the search for Chi-Chi to them alone.
Neither am I. Just this morning, some of the adventurers were back already saying that they found the place where Chi-Chi went missing, but got spooked because it was haunted. Needless to say, they didn't catch a glimpse of Chi-Chi
In short,
herself.
right now, you are the only person I feel I can trust completely.
Where did you send her to go herb
Wulong
gathering?
Hill, in the Chingsa mountain range.
Chingsa again, huh?
Indeed. It's looking increasingly likely that something untoward has happened up there. I saw 2 new patients yesterday. Their symptoms were identical to those present in Timaeus and his lordship.
We can discuss that later. Right
Yep,
now, we
finding
have to
Chi-Chi
go.
is the #1 priority right now. We'll update you as soon as we can.
Thank you both. I'm counting on you.
Oh, dang. It's not what I wanted. Oh, but it's nice to know that I can see them.
Here, this brings new perspectives.
Speed of light. Hey! Is it just Paimon, or is this place creepier than ever? Paimon really hopes Chi-Chi's okay.
Dodge this!
Don't blink!
Freeze! Don't push your luck. Cool it!
Hey!
Dodge this! Ah! Ah! Cool it! Ah! Ah! Don't push your luck.
Got lucky that time. Speed of light.
Look!
I
It's
got
another one of
yeeted
Long
into a
Yan's rattan
cutscene.
figures! Does that mean she's been here?
Probably, and likely with Hu
Just
Tao.
what are they up to? Oh, Paimon's got it! They came here to go ghost hunting! The people from the Adventurers Guild did say Wuwang Hill was haunted. Hu Tao knows all about ghosts, and Lan Yan's rattan figures have all those witness sigils on them. So she must know what she's doing too.
Then what happened to Chi-Chi?
1 second. Oh, okay. Hear Paimon out. Chi-Chi's a zombie, so her joints are stiff. That means she can't run too fast, and so she must have gotten kidnapped by a ghost.
A perfectly logical argument, but somehow not very credible.
All right then. Well, let's keep looking for clues. We'll see who's right soon enough. Huh? What was that sound? Ah! Ghost incoming!
Hold up, it's me, a person I do not know. A special intelligence officer who works under Ningguo, Yilin, comes and goes like a shadow. Even the ruling Qingse with their vast powers must find some dark corners hard to reach. This is where Yilan comes in and sticks, and with her task being to clean up the corners by dint of her exceptional capabilities as an intelligence agent. Word to the wise, try not to lie to her, for falsehoods may last as long as fragile bubbles before her meticulous thoughts.
Yuan, what are you doing here? We were told this place was haunted. Well, guess it kind of was, just not by ghosts apparently.
That's right. I managed to scare off some murky adventurers, but it looks like you're not too easy to spook. Anyway, don't go any further. There's danger up
We
ahead.
have to find Chi-Chi. She went missing around here and she could be in danger.
I'm aware of the situation. My contacts in the Adventurers Guild filled me in. I found an herb gathering basket partway up the mountain that possibly belongs to Chi-Chi, but I don't think she's here anymore.
What makes you so sure?
Because I scoured this whole place looking for clues, and that's how I knew that immediate area is safe, but beyond that point I can't be sure. So you're here to look for Chi-Chi as well? No, I'm investigating an unknown disturbance here. A month ago, the Ministry of Civil Affairs noticed unusual spike of the number of elderly people seeking medical care in Ginshin village. Plus, they all seem to be suffering from an
Raju
unknown
noticed that too.
illness.
He's convinced that something's up in Chingsa village.
Actually, we discovered the source of the problem isn't Chingsei village itself, but where we are right now, Wanghu Hill. But the village isn't far from here, so the elderly residents are particularly vulnerable, which is why they've borne the brunt of it.
The plot thickens.
I bet Hu Tao and Long Yu knew of
Probably.
something.
If only we knew where the heck they've gone.
I might have some idea.
Really? So where are they?
Somewhere difficult to reach. For now, you should come with me. We need to speak with Ningguo.
What? Why?
Don't act surprised. Just as I shared top secret information with you, surely you didn't think that I'd let you walk away.
What are you gonna do?
I'm kidding. Ningguo is well aware of the situation with Director Hu and everything Even suggests that Long Yin and Chi-Chi have ended up in the same place as her. Come on, Ningguang will explain everything. Yeah, but is she voiced? What does that say? Okay, apparently we need to go do a quest to do a quest.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an
Oh, yeah.
important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I
Oh,
am,
this is old
in
stuff.
fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyuet Harbor's development plan for next year,
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but I have some business to do.
no. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Can I really ask you
Yes.
anything at all?
Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Maybe I can find out more about my sister, said in Thought
Really?
Bubble.
Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business! Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private. We can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
That is the most evil thing ever. Like, does he not even hear what he just said? What a dork.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
In the past, I would have said no. I mean, I'm happy to join you, but I'm not about to tell my crew I won't go get... Beidou is known as the captain by many, is the leader of the Crux. An armed fleet from Liyue, she is a heroic character who values righteousness. Her many great deeds have earned her the love of her people. Her many subordinates are proud to sail under her flag. And the children have turned her experience into songs. Yes, Beidou is a very famous character indeed. Of course, with such fame comes folk saying and rumors, with people even saying that Beidou can perform such superlative feats as being able to split the mountain in seas. As how much of these tales are true and how much are exaggeration, it is likely that only the legendary Captain Beidou herself knows the answer. That goes without saying, unlike I hope you're going to say next. Hi, you're such a way with words. Alright, fine, it's a yes. The Gate Fright Stone Forest. Yeah, I'll handle it. I knew I could count on you, the great Captain Beidou, to answer the call of duty. Save the compliments, just make sure you pay my crew properly. It's a lantern rite, so they'll be expecting 5 times their usual rate. Deal is sealed then. Trap is sprung. Well, you got me now. So what about your share, How much will that rob me of? Oh please, firstly, no one can rob the Qing Sui, not even me. Secondly, I keep my share. It's my gift to you. Keep my share. It's my gift to you. Go buy yourself a new hairpin with it. Save me the trip to the market, right? I hope everyone is having a good day. Hey, Lofin. Hey,
Ahoy
Paimon.
there, Captain Beto!
Ah, little Paimon, bright-eyed enthusiasm is exactly what Ningguang needs. She is conscripting you, by the way. Got some real bleak, back-breaking work lined up for you. Ah, sorry, I gotta dash. See you around, folks. Oh yeah, and happy Lantern Rite. Beto said you were conscripting us? Ying clearly knows me well. She brought you two without me needing to say a word. Beto never passes up an opportunity to wisecrack at my expense. She's not exactly wrong, though, is she? Lofin and Paimon have actually been there before, so it makes perfect candidates.
Been where? Where's there?
I know you're looking for someone, and I don't wish to waste your time, so I'll get right to the point. Oh, hope you're having a good day. From what I understand, Director Tu Hao and Miss Chi-Chi and Miss Lan Yun are currently stranded inside the border.
Border? The border? That border?
Yes, that border, the border between life and death.
Whoa! When did you find out about the border? Wait, and how did you know we'd been there before?
Have we? Heck, come on.
Right, literally your job to know that kind of stuff. Fair enough, good job.
How are you so sure they're at the border? Time is limited, so I can't go into full detail, but let me give you a brief background of the current situation. 1 month ago, the Ministry of Civil Affairs became aware of an unusual illness affecting the elderly of Qingse. A couple weeks later, Director Hu came to report a potential disturbance in the border. The Ministry of Civil Affairs investigated and sure enough found an ominous presence in Wuhan Hill. Then, 3 days ago, Hu Tao came to us again, this time to update us that she was now ready to go to the border and investigate the situation in full. We'd agreed to meet again yesterday, but she failed to show up. That's when I sent Yalin to investigate further. Dr. Hu's last known location was Wuwing Hill. Same goes for Chi-Chi and Lanyan. I am about 90% sure all three of them are stuck in the border.
If even Hu Tao can't get out, there must be something seriously wrong.
Now that you know the situation, are you willing to travel to the border and rescue Hu Tao and company? Your prior experience exploring that realm makes you our best hope.
If our friends are in trouble, we'll help however we can. But there's one problem. Last time we went to the border, Hu Tao led the way. We don't know how to get there on our own.
I'm guessing Ningguang already thought of that. You can seek assistance from the Conqueror of Demon at Wushuin. He will show you the way.
Oh, of course!
Yeah, Yinglin was prepared to travel to the border herself before you two entered the picture, so naturally he has been briefed on the situation. Understood, we'll head out right away. This is a rescue mission of the utmost importance. Director Hu must be brought back safe and sound. Consider it done. Then I will wait here for the good news. We got lucky. If I had gone, I don't know what my chances would have been. But don't go putting your feet up just yet, Elin. I am afraid I have another mission for you. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. So what's the situation? The gate array. We found the location of the gate of life, concealment, fright, and injury. Is that right? Keqing and Guayun are handling the gates of light and concealment. Captain Beto has agreed to take the Cluck's fleet to the gate of fright. That leaves the gate of injury. I racked my brain, but other than the Conqueror of Demons, I can't think of anyone more suitable for this than you. Oh, I see. It's in the chasm. That's right. As for the remaining 4 gates, we are working to calculate their positions. Based on what we know of the array so far, it shouldn't take too long. When I last saw Director Hu, she said that if worst comes to worst, activating the 7 and 8 gates array might be our only option. But if you have doubts, I would like to hear them. I don't know how much about this magic rite, but doesn't it involve obfuscation of one of the people involved? Ningwa hiding her face. That is what troubles me too. Let's continue this discussion another time. We probably should go get health here soon. Oh good, he's just
Joe,
kind of
you're
sitting
already
here.
here.
He's not going to be voiced, but I want him to be. It's you two. Where's Yelin? There's been a change of plan. Do you have any idea how dangerous this mission is?
Fine. Danger's never stopped the traveler before, has it?
The border between life and death is a treacherous place at the best of times, and recent services will only make it more so. You will be faced with great peril every step of the way. There are people standing there. We have to go get them back. Stranded there. We have to go get them back.
Plus, we made a promise to Ningguang.
Please go back and tell them to send Yelan
What?
instead.
Are we not good enough?
Give me 1 second. Work texted and I have to... I would feel more comfortable sending Yelan. She is privy to a secret art practiced by her clan, plus she has extensive experience in battle. If anything were to happen
so you're
to the
just
traveler...
worried for his safety. Wait, but he has extensive experience in battle too. Come on, think of something.
We promised Zhongli we would go.
What do you...
Show Zhao the Rex coin from Zhongli.
Oh, yeah. So, this is a protective talisman that Zhang Li gave us. It even has the symbol of Rex Lapis on it. See? He said we'd better get Hu Tao back, safe and sound, or there will be consequences.
Your attempts to mislead me are futile. That coin is clearly a counterfeit. It carries only the symbol of Rex Lapis and none of his power.
Drat! Zhang Li swindled us!
What's worrying you, Zhao? I fear bad karma I carry will only disturb the border further. So while I can show you the entrance, I cannot venture inside with you.
So that's what this is about? You're worried that you won't be able to rescue us if something bad happens, huh? Paimon can understand, but still.
I'm not the only one you should be worried about.
Hu Tao understands the border better than anyone. Without her, no one has a clue how to handle this situation. Yep,
Plus, we've been there
that makes
before.
us the second most experienced border goers after Hu Tao.
Dare to trust us. Very well. Hold on tight. Wait, what?
Whoa, that was fast.
The border should be nearby.
So, do you know the spell to open the border?
No, balancing the forces of life and death has always been the Wushou for funeral parlor's domain. I am not familiar with their craft. But since the border has been disturbed, Vector is leaking out. We simply need to find where the leak is, and that will be your entrance. Evil
That
conquering.
was amazing! So you can see Fetter?
With my Adaptus perception, I can see the presence of the abnormal. Whether it's feather or not, we shall soon see. We shall see soon enough. Let's go. That's outside this one for sure. Oh, wait, here we go. Not even a piece of paper here. Paimon thinks that we can walk a bit more around.
Useless. Boring.
It's like just out of my reach. Jump so much. Oh, it's a random event. I'm not dealing with that.
Here.
I don't know what else it would be if it's not that. Does that make sense? I hate to have to look this up. Seriously, these bugs are bugging me. Lol. I swear that this just has to be it. Oh. What was it? the Draco. That was the Draco. Drills by lamplight is hard. You are correct. Okay, Mouse. Mouse would like to say meow. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm stuck at doing 2 stars for all of them. Because I am not very good at them, apparently. So I have to wait until tomorrow's events break loose, and then I'll be able to get my free. Yeah, I can't even do them on medium difficulty that well. Yes. I've tried all 3 ways. I fail the challenge on hard. So... But also, I don't have Movika, who is a damage DPS out the ass. Oh yeah? Okay. I've just been using the trial characters. Okay. Mouse says meow. Gotcha. And may never touch again. I don't like the drills by that fight either.
Looks
This
like
is
it
the
was
place.
better you saw back there after all.
As I said earlier, this is as far as I can accompany you, or I risk doing more harm than good. You'll be on your own from here on out. Don't worry, we'll be okay. I'm really sad that a lot of the a lot of the lantern stuff isn't voiced. Lean your head in for a second. I'm not gonna say that.
Huh? What did you do?
Yeah, I saw. What one did you get? Ningguo? Yeah. Nice. She is a geomage. Yeah, it's surprising to find out what your main is in this game, to be honest. Everyone is surprised. Allie has been surprised about what her main weapon is. You've been surprised about what your main weapon ends up being. I'm surprised about what my main weapon was going to be. Claymore, mage, and bow. That's funny. Yep, I am a catalyst, or a spear, and then catalysts. And then sometimes swords. I have an archer as a main, but I don't really use him as an archer. He is a support. And Allie found out that she does swords and catalyst, but she does a lot when it comes to reactions. Which means she's more of a team builder person. I placed a witness sigil on your forehead so you can share my powers of perception. Now you'll be able to see the fetter. There's no knowing what things are like there, but hopefully this will help. When you find them, call my name. I will open a passage and pull you out.
Xiao, you've thought of everything. Back in a jiffy.
Be extremely careful. Why do I feel like I should probably go get healed. Let's start.
Paimon kinda recognizes this place from last time, but something feels different.
I'm sure this is from past the Lantern Rite, so I have no idea what Paimon is talking about.
Wind, hear me! Dodge that! Don't push your luck! This one will be frozen in time.
Chest.
The path ends here. Should we jump down? Isn't that how we did it last time?
I wish mobile games would let you play through past events. That way, especially if they were story driven. I am so confused on all of the story of the Lantern Rite. Because it's like, you've done this before. You've been here before. You met this person before. And I'm like, nope. No, I have not. Yeah, for real.
Huh. We're nearly at the end, right? How come we still haven't found them yet?
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of spoilerific, isn't it? Yeah, it is not newbie friendly.
Also, it's kind of hard
event.
to tell that there's been a huge disaster here. It seems
Oh,
just
okay,
as serene as
gotcha.
last time. Maybe try using Xiao's ability.
And then her god fucking died.
Yeah! Someone! Hey!
I know, right? I was too.
Cool it!
I literally was like, oh, look who's talking big now. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely sitting there going, yeah, you deserve this, lady. You deserve this. Maybe no one else in your land deserved losing their Archon, but you specifically deserve losing your Archon.
Hey, that's one of Madame Lan's rattan figures! It just ran away! Let's go after it!
Alive? At least he's alive. We don't know if his gnosis was fake or not, so we don't know
The
if he
rattan
actually
figure
still has
is
his
covered in
gnosis.
glitter. How did that happen? Let's see if there are any more.
I know, right? I know, right?
Why would Madame Lan leave her rattan figures here? It's like she's using them to cast some sort of spell. Well, if there's two, Paimon bets there's gotta be more. Ah! What's going on? Where is this? Oh, is this what the border actually looks like now? It's horrific. Get ready to jump again.
It's Chi-Chi. I'm sleepy. But don't fall asleep, Chi-Chi. You've already absorbed too much fodder. If you fall asleep, you'll never wake up again. But so sleepy.
Focus on my voice, Chi-Chi. You are not feeling sleepy. You are the most awake person in the whole world. Even if everyone else falls asleep, you are going to stay wide awake.
The whole world asleep, Chi-Chi awake. That was impressive. I didn't know you didn't know hypnotism worked
Even
in reverse.
so, doesn't really solve anything.
Hang in there. I'm close to figuring out how to get to the exit. Want to close my eyes and
Fight
dream.
it, Chi-Chi. Fight it.
A dream, huh? Alright, Chi-Chi, let me help you with that. Now listen closely. This is how your dream's gonna go. Picking herbs in a blazing sun, Chi-Chi wipes her brow. Picking herbs, Chi-Chi. She finds a temple on the hill and goes to seek the Tao. Temple on the hill. An old priest greets her at the door. Surprise! Her name is Ho Tao. Ho Tao? She grabs young Chi-Chi with both her hands and buries her deep underground by Rax Lepus, and she'll never be found. No, don't bury me, help! Not so sleepy now, are you? No, wide awake with fright.
Drat! Hu Tao, we've got a problem. Somehow they've broken through my illusion.
The monsters, you mean?
Don't be afraid,
Monsters?
Chi-Chi. We'll protect you.
Hotel, Madame Lan, Chi-Chi! Oh, thank goodness we finally found you.
What the? So it was you guys. Lofin, Paimon.
You frightened me for a second. I thought my illusion had been undone by a bunch of monsters. How did you find this place?
Let me guess. The Twing Shay sent you. I knew she'd ask if I missed our
Wow.
meeting.
So Hu Tao really planned ahead. She knew someone would come after her.
It's dangerous here. It's
It's
time
not
to
as
leave.
simple as that. This place is changing constantly. Director Hu has found the exit plenty of times, but it would always close before we can get to it.
Don't worry, we've got you covered.
Call Xiao's name. You found them? Oh, the Conqueror of Demons is coming. Why, thank you. No need. I will open the passage now. Monsters!
Drat! They must have sensed the new way out.
Hump, let them come. It's their funeral, courtesy of Director Ho. This will take me a minute or so.
Send them off.
I will help too. Oh, we have a lot of trial characters.
Closing in. Swift as the swallow. Flip and fly.
She's a catalyst user. Okay, that was my bad. I failed that.
You see, Sharon?
Oh, maybe I didn't.
Told you
Haha.
you'd be fine.
I'm glad you made it out.
Excuse me, sir. But are you the legendary conqueror of demons?
You may spare the formalities. Is everyone okay? We're alright, but Chi-Chi absorbed a little bit too much fetter. Starting from the beginning, what exactly happened? I was picking herbs, then I saw a hole. I tried to block the hole, but instead
There's
I fell
clearly
in.
something special about Chi-Chi. If I'd absorbed that much fetter, I don't think I'd still be around to tell the tale.
Chi-Chi condition is certainly unique, but regardless, it was still a
Okay,
risky call.
Let's get her to Boo Boo Pharmacy, shall we?
I'll take her. Your work is still not done. You should return to the Union
Oh,
Terrace.
true. We shouldn't keep Ningguang waiting any longer. She's probably as stressed as a slime in a hot spring by this point, right?
I
Okay,
highly
well,
doubt
we
it.
can discuss that later. Let's just head back.
Oh, that's not
Well,
what
will
we're...
you
okay.
look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run. Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shinyue Kiosk, then Wanmin Restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we
Oh,
are.
I'm sorry. He tricked me.
Perhaps.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yes.
My bad.
Let's call it fate.
Mouse, come here.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
They're trying to intimidate people into doing business.
You again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business, I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
The Millilith takes out the hooligans who are surrounding the young lady with white hair. Are you alright?
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
My name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws?
Have you not heard of the law, Shingo?
No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
What was that noise?
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Ginshin, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Booba Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach. Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an adeptus, that would explain everything. Where does she fit in with the other adepti, though? I'm super curious.
Children, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
I only did as I should.
Oh, child. You are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even.
He is. I'm sorry
But
about that.
You mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy.
What subspace creation?
Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
A trinket, you
So,
say?
in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
I can help you look for them.
Finding stuff's what
I think
we're
this is
good
still
at,
part of the main
after all.
story. I don't think this has anything to do with Flint, right?
Settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days.
Sorry,
Well,
Mouse bothered you.
For starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans.
Then what did they use
Goodness
for it
knows if
when
that
they
child
survived
will
it?
succeed in finding these items.
Who is this child?
Since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Ah, allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yen Fei, I believe you already heard of the Traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame.
A shame?
that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Are you really an
I was
Adeptus?
gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well,
Okay.
that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh,
We'll come with
you want to
you.
join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
Okay, this was also not where I was trying to go. Ningguang.
Ningguang! Ningguang! We got everyone back safely!
Impressive work, Lofen. You were quicker than I
thought
expected.
you'd be super anxious having to wait for us here at Yujing Terrace, but you seem as calm as ever.
See, and you thought she'd be hopping around like a slime. Heh, if I can't trust you, then I really don't know who I can turn to. My apologies, Lady Tingwang. Taishing... fuck that word. I promise I'm not usually late for my appointments, let alone by a whole day. I hope you can understand. No apology necessary, Doctor Who. It was my mistake letting you go to the border by yourself. Don't say that. Even I didn't think the situation would get this bad. How bad is bad? I'd like to know, too, how dangerous is the situation we face, and how to compare it to previous cases. Way worse. Like, way worse.
So this isn't the first time? I've never heard of this happening before.
Well, don't forget that the border isn't part of the natural landscape. It's more like an old house that's gradually falling apart. So it requires maintenance every once in a while, and sometimes every few centuries, sometimes every few decades or so. And of course, that is the responsibility of the Wangshu funeral parlor. In the past, though, the worst it's gotten is a few vector leaks. That's an easy fix with our sacred art. It burns it all away, no problem. But this time is different. Inside the border, it is like a whole new world has been turned upside down. Do you have any idea what the cause might be? Not so far. Maybe it's the abyss? Doubt it. I haven't found any traces of abyssal
You're thinking
activity.
about Natlan, right? It did feel kind of similar, but not exactly the same.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Is Lily's border anything like the Night Kingdom in Natlan?
Ah, yes, I heard a little bit about the crisis there, but as far as I understand, the Night Kingdom is a true realm of the dead, while the border is more of a boundary between the life and death. More of a boundary world between life and death. Yep, it is the dissemination line. Life on one side, death on the other. So if the border falls, the souls will pour out and the whole thing becomes a chaotic mix of life and death. Just like what happens with all of those
No
millennia
wonder so
ago.
many people have been aging faster than normal.
Excuse me. It's a symptom of death encroaching on the
Then
world
what
of the
should
living.
we do now?
Burn the vector away won't do any good because the issue is the border itself. Lady Chuangxing, any progress on the 7 and 8 gates method I mentioned last time? Yes, we are deducing the locations of the 4 of the gates, and we should be able to pinpoint the rest of the array before long. Whoa, already? The Qing Shuang do not mess around. Several strokes of luck were involved. Our nation is blessed with good fortune.
That gates method you mentioned. Are you talking about the one from the sanctification of Tao Du?
That's the one. You've seen the state of the border. I can't think of any other way to fix it besides a
Do-over?
complete do-over.
You mean make a whole new border?
No, not the whole new border. Just part of it's been giving its grief, which is, well, reconstraining the whole thing. That would be much more difficult. What is the 7 and 8 gates method? 8 gates refers to 8 key notes in Leeway's ley lines: life, death, repose, concealment, initiation, terrain, fright, and injury. They can be used to direct the ley lines'
And the 7?
energy. That is the requirement for activating the array. The array master will select one of the gates from the 8 to subdue evil, cutting off its exit path by using the ley line's power to obfuscate themselves.
What do you mean, obfuscate?
As in, disappear from the ley lines completely, never to be seen again, taking the banished evil along with them.
So someone has to die for this to work? But you can't seriously be considering this.
No, don't worry. It is the traditional interpretation, but people just assume that because the lone butterfly sacrificed herself. But let's not forget they were purifying a whole god. As bad as things are now, it's still a far cry from what they had to deal with. Besides, the border isn't completely ruined, so we're only fixing one part. If you ask me, as long as the Ray Master can withstand a huge blast of feather, they'll be just fine. Oh, and do you have any proof to back up this statement, Director Who? My proof is that I know the most about the life and death out of everyone here, unless anyone wants to dispute that. No one? Okay, good. It looks like we're in agreement. In that case, we can put our plan's next steps as soon as the Tuishan has found the remaining 4 gates. Director Who? Something to add, Lady Tuishan? No, there's just something else I'd like to ask about, but it may not be my place to do so. If you do not wish to answer, then please pretend I never said anything. Sure, what is that? Do you believe today's border crisis could have been anything to do with the Wong Hill disaster from over a decade ago?
Huh? There was a disaster at Wuwang Hill? What happened?
Some sort of natural disaster, wasn't it? There used to be a village there, but then there was a flood or something. It took a lot of lives. And all the survivors moved away. But that doesn't explain how Wuwang Hill became the dark and gloomy place it is today. Maybe there was more to it.
Phew. No, Lady Chuozhang, I don't think those two events are related. Excellent. Well, that puts my mind at ease. Everyone, let's meet here again in 2 days. We shall know the location of all the gates by then. Alright, well, I've still got a lot of preparations to make, so I'll be heading back to the funeral parlor now.
Sounds good. If we're all done here, I'd better get going too.
Wait, Lun Yan. Paimon meant to ask, how did you know where to find Hu Tao? Did you already know something was wrong with the border?
Oh, that. Yeah, I definitely owe you an explanation. Why don't you meet me at the Adventurers Guild later? I just need to write a letter to my family first. I want to let them know I'm fine. And I also have some questions I want to ask them.
Alright, then we'll see you at the Adventurers Guild.
Traveler! Paimon! Over here! Perfect timing. I literally just posted my letter. Anyway, back to your question. Let me guess. You're probably thinking I predicted the border crisis with some kind of mysterious magic.
Well, yeah! Aren't the Lons of Chen Yu Vale all experts at Qimeng divination or something?
No, that's simply not true. Yes, the Qimeng arts have been practiced in my clan for many generations. And yes, Wind Reader is listed as one of our ancestors in the genealogy. But my family are only distant relatives. We branched off from the main family line long ago. By my grandpa's generation, the only Qimeng he knew was a few parlor tricks. Put it like this. My grandpa makes a living telling fortunes in Yilong Wharf. But I'm making more than him just selling my handmade arts and crafts.
Huh. So why exactly did you come to look for Hu Tao?
Because Grandpa's readings have gone sideways recently. The romance and career fortunes are doing okay. But when it comes to longevity, everyone's readings suddenly saying they only have a few years left to live. It gave Grandpa quite a fright. Fearing backlash from his clients, he closed shop and shut himself away at home, trying to divine an answer to the strange readings. But after days and nights of divination, the only clue he got was Wangshang Funeral Parlor. Right around that time, I happened to receive an invitation from the Ministry of Civil Affairs to organize a street fair. So I figured I might as well drop by the funeral parlor to see what Director
Makes
Who
sense.
might know about all this.
Oh. Wait, so your grandpa's divinations were correct all along, weren't they? The longevity readings were affected by the border crisis, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was the answer, because they can fix it.
It's certainly looking that way. Apparently, every soul in Liyue is now living under the creeping shadow of death. But so far, we are the only ones in the know.
I have another question. What about the deal with this Rataton figure?
Wait, that's the one I left at Miss Yingar's shop. It's actually a product of genuine Chiman art. It's engraved with an exorcism sigil to absorb inauspicious energy in their owner's place, so they won't come to harm. I had no idea you'd been holding on to it all this time. I guess it was meant to be. You're more than welcome to keep it if you like. When I first arrived at Liyue Harbor, I passed by a large house and felt a chill go down my spine. So I made a rattan figure and gave it to the young master there. Later on, I also sensed something similar around Timaeus, so I made another one and left it at Scent of Spring. Then I followed Director Hu to Wuwang Hill, only to find she disappeared without a trace. While I was searching the area, I found Miss Chi-Chi. She was stuck in some kind of crevice, and she seemed to be blocking something from coming through. When I tried to pull her out, we both got pulled into a cold, dark place, which I soon discovered was the border. We wandered around aimlessly for a while, until we ran into Director Hu. She lit some incense and was burning Feder left and right with a flaming staff. But there was just too much. There was no way she could hope to get rid of it all. Worse still, the Feder blocked off the way we'd come in, trapping us inside. Thank goodness you came to our rescue.
Whew, what an ordeal. Still, your family sounds more impressive than you let on. Didn't you use some kind of illusion magic in the border?
Yes. Actually, that and the rattan figures are things I learned from one of my cousins in the main branch of my family. She's been practicing the Chiman art since she was little. She's also the one I posed some questions to in my letter back home.
Questions about the 7 and 8
Wow.
gates method?
Good guess. Yes, I want to know for sure whether sacrificing one of the participants is a necessary part of the method or not. I figured she might know.
Huh? But Hu Tao already told us it won't come to that. She said we just need to make sure the person can withstand a strong blast of Feder.
I certainly hope that's true, but I can't help but feel uneasy about it. I haven't known Director Hu for long, but I get the sense that she prefers to keep the truth bottled up sometimes. Sure, she talks a lot, and isn't afraid to broach dark and uncomfortable topics, but she really hasn't said much in the way of her own private thoughts. It's like she's already got a plan, and is keeping it to herself.
You mean, you think she lied to us?
I wouldn't call it lying per se, but remember when the Tianquan asked about the incident at Wuwang Hill from a decade ago?
Yep. Hu Tao said that it doesn't have anything to do with what's happening now. Are you saying they actually are related?
Do you know anything about what
I just
happened
heard
back
that
then?
there was a flood. But given everything that's going on, I think it likely had to do with the border as well. That would at least explain the strange weather going on at Wuwang Hill. I remember my cousin saying that around that time, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor set up an altar on top of the hill. I just assumed it was for a funeral. But now, I can't help but wonder if it was some sort of ritual to try and fix the border. Anyway, the ceremony was hosted jointly by two former directors of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, namely Hu Tao's father and grandfather.
Oh, really? Hu Tao's never mentioned her dad to us before. How strange. So you think there's more to the story, huh?
Yeah, but since she brushed it aside when the Tianquan asked her about it, I don't see how I can broach the topic. I've only known her for a few days.
I guess we should go talk to Hu Tao ourselves.
You think we should ask her about it? But she's never opened up to us about family stuff before. What if she shuts us out?
Then that's her choice. All we can do is try. Then we keep poking her until she tells us the truth. No.
All right, let's go find her and take it from there.
We like boundaries in this house.
Hotel!
Loaf and Paimon, what's up? We haven't spoken in 5 minutes.
Yep,
And you're already
so
missing
we thought
me?
we'd come hang out with you. What were you looking at just now?
Something so amazing you wouldn't believe it, but I'm not showing you. Why? Is it a secret photo of me? Ha, so serious though. You probably shouldn't joke about that. You don't want to jinx it. Jinx it how? Well, the people in this picture keep appearing in my dreams lately, and none of them are around anymore. So keeping you out of the picture is probably for the best. Hi, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Haha, alright, I'll quit joking around. Here, take a look.
Wait, are they?
That would be her father and her grandfather. Yep, my dad and grandpa. Without this picture, I'd probably have forgotten what my dad looked like by now. When he passed, I was still too young to understand what was going on. Everything I know about my dad, I learned from my grandpa. So what happened to him? There was a border incident on the Wanghu Hill about a dozen years ago. My dad tried to use the art of Homa to burn away the feather, but he slipped up and suffered a lethal exposure to it, and he died on the spot.
That's awful. So, is that what made Wuwang Hill the way it is today?
Yep. His mistake didn't just cost him his own life, but it took most of the village out, and left lasting changes on Wuwang Hill itself. Thankfully, my grandfather managed to deal with the fallout, but that's not to say that he escaped unscathed. He didn't even make it to 60 before he passed. So your grandfather was affected by the incident with your dad? Well, he never admitted, of course, but given how fit and healthy he was before that, I would have expected him to have at least a few more years on him.
Sounds like you blame your dad for all this.
How could I not? It would have been one thing if he was just a spoiled brat who never amounted to anything, but he was a genius. He was and still is the best spellcaster in our family for generations. Grandpa always called me gifted for mastering the Wangshu arts by the age of 8, but by the time my dad was at the age of 8, he was already hosting rituals and incinerating feather all by himself. Fixing both the border crisis should have been a piece of cake for him, and he messed up. Who else is there to blame if not him?
Maybe the question is, why did he mess up?
Because he was an unworthy director. Even the past director has burned away all of their belongings when they pass, leaving at most 1 or 2 items behind. My grandpa, for example, only left his hat behind, but my dad, he left a whole pile of stuff, including this meaningless picture.
Doesn't that show how much he cared?
No, all it shows is that he was unable to let go, and the fact that he couldn't let go is precisely why he failed during the ritual. He was too attached to his aging father and young daughter, and the world where we are all together. And that is why he hesitated in that final moment, because he was afraid to die, and he lost focus, and death won, taking his life and many others. In this line of work, we know better than anyone how hard letting go can be. We see it all the time, but as funeral directors, it is the one thing we cannot allow ourselves to fall victim to. Like Grandpa always said, we should live in life and die in death, and that is the whole basis of the Wangshu parlor's existence. Unfortunately, with my dad, these teachings went in one ear and out the other. He really let everyone down.
You don't need to be so hard on him. Sure, he made a mistake, but he can't have meant for things to turn out this way.
You're missing the point, my little Paimon. It's precisely because because he's my dad that I choose to not hold back. There isn't a father in the world who would disapprove of their daughter being outspoken, because a father's biggest fear is that once he's not around anymore, his daughter will never get to be that carefree, sassy little kid ever again. So I'm going to keep talking trash about him all I want. And off the chance he ever overhears me, I know he'll be taking some comfort that I never stopped being just as myself and living my life that way. Anyway, so a brief history of Wanghu Hill for you. Anything else on the agenda? Thank you for being so open with us. Did you think I'd hide it from you? Nah, we're better buds than that. Plus, you did just rescue me from the border, so I owe you big time. Answering your question seems like the least I can do.
In that case, Paimon has one last question. Earlier, you said that no one will have to die when the array is activated. Is that the truth?
Yes. In my highly professional opinion, yes.
That's all Paimon wanted to hear.
Try not to dwell on it too much on all this stuff, okay? There's still 2 days to go, so go check out the street fair and enjoy yourself. You said it yourself, remember? Gotta keep reasonable work-life balance. I'll see you at Yingjing Terrace in 2 days. This time we're going to turn death into ashes. Do we not get... No, I guess we don't. I'm gonna try the night roll one more time and then we're gonna close stream. This was a good amount for today. Let's get it done. Well, let's hope to get it done.
For the Lord of the Night!
Submit your souls in sacrifice! Scared.
Who can play that game? Everything has a price.
You're super not good at this.
Extract! With sword comes shadow. Is it my time to go?
Dodge that! What's the hurry?
Done.
Oh, so sorry.
Speed of light. Nowhere to hide.
Well. That was kind of disappointing, guys. Super duper dee-doo not good of me. Alright, I think that is where we are going to end it today. I probably will not be back on later, and if I am, it will be on a completely different game. I really hope that everyone is having a good day, and that your lantern rite is going well. But other than that, I hope to see you in the next stream, guys. Bye!